you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to do a little bit of an outside tour. It's not doing very much outside right now. We're finally starting to get into the spring weather, so the bulbs are starting to come up. You've seen some photos on Instagram of some of my tulips and a few other things. Been really busy recently because we've been doing some renovations to the house. We've been putting in hardwood floors, so everything is disheveled, everything is out of place. So if you haven't heard anything from me, if you've been commenting on my stuff and expected some feedback or some answers, I haven't really been connected. My computer is tucked away, and yeah, I just haven't had time, and it's been really stressful. So here's just a quick look at the new floors. It's still not 100% done. They're still working on baseboard, and the stairs have to be done. But it's coming along. So here is the new floors before we get to the tour. There you go. It's looking nice. It's been a lot of work. So not for me, we've had somebody else do it, so I should say that. But anyway, without further ado, let's just go outside, and I apologize for the street noise because it is early in the morning and people are going off to work. So anyway, come on outside. So it is 5 degrees Celsius out right now, so it is cool. Not hot enough for my tropicals, but that should be coming very soon. A good thing because I haven't had any opportunity to bring them up and put them outside for the day because I didn't want to ruin any of the flooring or be in the way of any of the workers. So, as you can see, we've got some daffodils that are just starting to open. Those are going to be quite pretty. We've got hostas all over the place. This is whiskey sour that's starting to grow. This one is the drinking gourd. We've got the daylilies that are just starting to sprout right here. Geranium is looking nice. This is a wild cranesbill geranium. We've got some hens and chicks that are starting to show some signs of life again, thank goodness. And what else do we have here? Choo-choo train hosta right there. And I've planted all kinds of pansies just to deal with the cold weather gloominess. And another daylily here. The daylilies, I'm very happy, survived the winter. And over here on the other side, this is where the tulip action is. I'm not sure what variety of tulip this is, but I really enjoy it. It has a multi-stem. Last year it had, oh, I just pulled one off. They've been blooming for quite some time, so it's not really a loss. I've got some on the other side. Last year they had 3 to 5 flowers on each stem, but this year they have a little bit less. So I'll probably end up lifting these after they've yellowed and just plant them to the correct height again. Here is a contorted hazel that's just starting to come out. As you can see, the leaves are just starting to break. We've got some more daffodils and some hostas right here. That's cameo. I have a lot of dwarf hostas now. And then more species tulips. I'm not sure what variety this is. I've been planting a lot recently. And I'll show you a photo up in one of the corners of the tulip petarda. This is the yellow and white one you've seen on Instagram and on Facebook. Absolutely beautiful. Look at all the buds there. This one here self-seeds everywhere. Right here is a baby. Over here you'll see babies. And just in closer to the Japanese maple, there's all kinds of babies. This just grows like crazy. We were weeding them out thinking they were grass, but we've gotten wise to it, and now I try to keep putting the seeds back into the clump so that the clump gets bigger, and then I will just divide it over time. Here is my little tiny tears hosta. It's so... the group is getting so big. I don't know, I'll have to divide it. It's doing so beautifully. And the Japanese maple is looking nice. It's starting to put out leaves. This week is supposed to be nice and warm, so we'll see a lot of development on that. And back over here, I forgot to show you, this is a Muscari, a grape hyacinth, but it is a pink variety. That one's really pretty. It's more white now. It used to be a lot more pink. But either way, it's really pretty. And then over here we've got the other grape hyacinths, as you can see. Right there is the other grape hyacinths, looking nice. And then the Japanese forest grass. I forget what it is. It's starts with an H. I forget every time. So it's going to be beautiful in the next coming weeks. This is another species tulip. It does okay there. I find that the Tulip Batarda is the best one for the garden in my climate. Anyway, I don't know. It seems to get better as time goes on, whereas the other ones kind of peter out a little bit. But tulips in general, you really need to keep in mind that they push their bulbs down deeper in the ground each year. So you do have to do some preventative maintenance, and every couple of years lift your bulbs and replant them to the right depth. Whether that's 4 inches or whether that's 6 inches. When you go to dig them up, you're going to be all like, well, I thought I planted them here. Keep digging deeper, you'll find them. It's a weird trait for tulips. Now you got a tall garden phlox here. It's coming back really nicely. I'll have to start spraying it for powdery mildew before it becomes a problem. And then we got some other stuff here as well. Sedums. And the Miscanthus sinensis is starting to grow. And then over here we have some more grape hyacinths and some more daffodils. I can't remember, this is supposed to be an interesting color. I thought it was more orange, but I don't know. We'll see when it opens. And some hostas are spiking. This one's June. And then over here I have Lily of the Valley. This is a variegated Lily of the Valley. As you can see, it's really, really interesting. These ones don't spread as aggressively as the plain Lily of the Valley. So it's an option for you if you like Lily of the Valley, but you don't want to have the invasiveness. It'll still spread, but not as quick. So let's take a trip to the backyard and see what's growing there. So here is the Brugmansia. This one is one of the tropicals that I overwintered in the garage. And it didn't get any light, or not very much light, and it didn't freeze in the garage. Brugmansia can be stored in a cool spot as long as it doesn't freeze over winter and it goes dormant. And then you just pull it out and it starts to grow. So right now the leaves are not looking so good. As it tried to stretch or grow in the garage, and then I brought it back outside. Now the weather is starting to get a little bit nicer, and they kind of burnt a little bit, but the new leaves that are coming out now are starting to look nicer. This Brugmansia, if you want to know more about how I did the Brugmansia, maybe this fall I'll show you how I'm going to overwinter it. It's going to go in the backyard, in that corner where the big banana was. I want the Brugmansia flowers and the fragrance of the flowers in the evening, so that's the choice that I'm making. I don't know what I'm going to do with the big red banana, but it's been a good few years. And over here you'll see I've got hostas starting to sprout. Over here I have some Cypripedium orchids. This one I believe is called Philip. I don't know whether you're able to see, but right by my finger here, I'll use my other finger. There's a sprout here, there's a sprout here, and there's a sprout here, which is wonderful because I think I bought it with only one before. Here we have a Trillium. This is a red variety of Trillium. It started to grow. I think it got some abuse early on. We ended up staining our fence, so there might have been some steppage. There also was some freezes and some snow and, some other things that played an issue for us. This is a beautiful one. This is a yellow variety of Trillium. I love this one every year. There's the flower. It's a yellow Trillium, they call it. I can see that. Then an Appletini hosta in front of it. The other hostas are starting to sprout, but they're not really doing much. As you can see, this is the blue mouse ears. Over here we have Mighty Mouse, but I don't know what's happening there. I've got another red Trillium right here. And I've got some self-seeded European ginger. It's growing wherever it wants to. Where I originally planted it, it's not growing there anymore. So yeah. In the next couple of weeks, epimedium is going to be looking beautiful. We've got the sprays of flowers. I've removed the old foliage because it's just kind of brown and dingy. It will replace all of its foliage. It is a semi-evergreen, so if you were to leave it, it still would look okay. I just like to cut it away so it's fresh and full each season. So in a few weeks, these will be, probably in a few days actually, the buds are looking really nice. We're going to see some red, pink flowers. And then down in here, we've got a native. It's called hepatica. I'm sure it will open up as the sun comes out. It's a really, really cute kind of buttercup kind of flower. That one's a white, and the leaves are really interesting as well. We've got Empress Wu Hosta right here that's going to compete with the Thailand Giant when it comes out here. Usually the Empress Wu grows a lot faster in the spring, but then gets overtaken by the Thailand Giant later on. And I've had a lot of people asking about the boxwood bonsai. Here it is. It's in its pot. I'm not doing anything with it at the moment, but in a few months' time we'll do a pruning video and just take a look at it and see what's going on. This hosta is doing lovely. I forget what this one's called, Fire Island or something. I love it. And then another one, Scooter, and more European ginger. This video is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. And then here's a boxwood, and then underneath the boxwood I have another type of trillium. This is a regular red trillium with the nodding head rather than the other one that is more of an upright. And then more daffodils. For those of you who asked, this is the agave that we planted outside, and I was hoping that it would survive our winter because it is hardy, but because it's clay soil, it was way too wet and it just rotted out. So back to the drawing board with that one. We got some more beautiful daffodils back there. These ones are actually one of my favorites. Oh, getting sidetracked. Here is a mini rose bush that's starting to grow really nicely. The other Japanese maple is looking good too. This is starting to look a little bit spent. It's been out for a week and a half now, maybe a little bit longer. So I love how the yellow bleeds into the white. Looks really pretty. And I'm going to be getting rid of, I believe, this lamb's ear. It's just getting a little unruly. I don't know what I'm going to do, but then we have some gentiane that's starting to grow, and it's spreading. I've got a little clump here, and I've got little clumps everywhere. And these lilies are also doing really wonderful. I've been noticing that there's a lot of red lily beetles all around, so I've been going around and I've been picking them off and then crushing them on the sidewalk. You want to get rid of those as fast as possible because they really will kill your lilies in no time. They put holes in the leaves, but they do more than that. They just tear it apart. These are the anemones that I planted 2 years ago. I actually thought that they were going to peter out and die, but they are actually coming back even better this year than they did last year. So that's really nice. This is a poppy blue. We got some seeded cranesbill geraniums. We got some sedum. And then this is acanthus. What is that? Bear's breeches, I believe. And then a Siberian iris. And then some more daffodils. Oh, and campanula. I love campanula. These are white clips, I believe. Then over on this side we have a blue clips. This is the main clump of the cranesbill. This is Bevan's. I like it because it's my last name. And we've got some liatris back in the back here that's starting to grow. And also this is Easter lilies. And these ones have been tore apart by the lily beetle, so they don't grow very well here. Hopefully this year I will be able to catch the lily beetle before it gets too bad and give it a fighting chance. Here is Pandora's box, daylily. I'll probably end up taking this one out. It was supposed to be a rebloomer, but it's not a rebloomer. So I like it, I'll give it to a friend, but I just don't want it here, I don't believe. And then we've got some what is this one? Rock foil. It's starting to look really nice. Should take photos of it and post them to Instagram. But I love these ones when they're in bloom. Absolutely beautiful. It reminds me of a nice moss. And then we've got some more anemones that are starting to grow. Again, really surprised that the anemones are coming through. Because last year they didn't look so great at all. And then more rose bushes. I trimmed them back to only about 10 or 12 inches. They were much taller than that. And the clematis. I didn't even show you the clematis. We've got all kinds of growth here on the clematis. I took off a lot of the bulk, but I left them tall. Many clematis. Clematis are a weird one that each type require a different type of pruning, and when you have them all mixed together, like I do, I have 3 varieties in the clump. Each one probably requires a different pruning time. Some are in the fall, some are in the spring, some are midsummer, and I just can't be bothered. I'll prune them just to take away the bulk and let them do their own thing. We've got the August Moon Hosta back there. We've got Tradescantia, or spiderwort, starting to grow here. And then I've got some Pasque flowers over here, looking okay. This one is blooming like crazy. I love this one. The flowers close up at night. I wish that it was a little sunnier outside at the moment. But then we'd be a little bit washed out. And I also have to be at work, so that's not going to happen. And then over here I have the red variety and the blue clips campanula. These do really, really well, and they will spill out over the edging, which is really nice. Then I have a pink iris, German iris. And then in the front I have a pure heart little hosta. And then in the back I have a cherry berry hosta. It's a really slow one. I thought that it would grow a lot faster. And then let's just pan around to the deck. The deck got painted again this year. So the backyard will be soon looking beautiful. It's still early, and I'll be bringing the tropicals out very, very soon. I hope to keep you informed on that, but it's... I don't know, it'll be a rush situation, so I might not be able to get my camera out. So until next time, you guys, happy growing. Show me how your garden's growing. Post photos to the Plants and Things What's Growing page. Also, tag me in videos or on Instagram. I'd be happy to see them, and share my 2 cents if you want. Anyway, until next time, happy growing. The Streptocarpus hybrid. Again, I made a little label. Stick that in there. Looks like I can reuse the same paper because I didn't dirty it up too badly. So it's going to be the same thing.